Pat McAfee Show. The NFL has released a video to clarify roughing the passer, and it's terrible. I have not seen this video. I'm interested to see it. Hopefully they show it. Let's go ahead and listen to the boys. Pat Mac. No one wears a black t-shirt or black tank top like the fellows over at the Pat McAfee Show.
Our next conversation is going to be the NFL Football Operations Twitter account.
Blew my eardrums out.
I guess. They put out a video basically
here we go.
reminding the whole NFL about roughing the passer.
So roughing the passer is obviously a controversial penalty because it seemingly is so subjective. This is controversial, but I usually lean towards protecting the player, and I usually lean towards protecting the quarterback. Hits to the helmet, launching yourself, diving at the knees, anything like that. I'm okay with, late hits. Totally okay with protecting the quarterbacks, for sure. I understand why they do it. The one thing that I do not understand is when they penalize a player for driving the quarterback into the ground. If you're a 6'5", 310-pound lineman or a linebacker or whatever you are, and you hit the quarterback, and the quarterback is a pro athlete too, and he's trying to get away from you, I don't think it's fair to ask them to gently put them on the ground. However you got to make the sack, make the sack. So that's the one part of the penalty that I've never really understood.
And then they put on a full thread. Let's run that video real quick, can we?
All right.
Roughing the passer. Let's put sound on this thing, too.
Yeah.
We're hearing this for the first time. It just got tweeted. Troy Vincent will probably talk over this.
Roughing the passer is any physical
Rich
attack
Eisen.
against a passer before, during, or after a pass, which the referee judges to be unwarranted based on the circumstances of the play.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Roughing the passer occurs when a defender makes late or unnecessary direct contact with the passer after the passer.
Yeah, I think, okay, like that penalty right there, I think that's a late. I think that is fine as being a late hit. Play's over. It's a free shot at Rodgers. Understand protecting the quarterback there.
Releases the football.
We understand.
Defenders may initiate contact no more than one step after the throw in certain situations.
That's roughing.
A defender may not perform unnecessary or punishing acts like.
Now, see, that in the Mahomes one, I don't know if that's late. I want to watch that one back.
A defender may not.
See, it's definitely not late, but I think this is the driving into the ground. What do you want him to do? What do you want the defender to do in this situation? How can he not fall with Mahomes? There's no other option.
Perform.
The hit is definitely not late. I mean, his arm is still in the process of throwing. So
Unnecessary.
if the defender, if the penalty is because he takes him to the ground, I don't understand what the other alternative is for the defender.
Or punishing acts like driving a passer into the ground after the pass.
I don't think this isn't a penalty either. Again, he's diving at the quarterback. He's diving at the quarterback trying to make a tackle. This seemingly is as form tackle as it gets. The safest version of a tackle. Didn't go high, right in the middle, wrapped up. How do you not continue onto the ground?
The rule applies even if the hit is not late.
That's a terrible call.
Yeah, that's not a
That's
penalty.
in their highlight, dude.
It is a foul to forcibly
God,
contact.
That is. See, the defender launched. The defender got elevated at the helmet. Absolutely, this absolutely should be a penalty.
Passer's head in the neck area.
Yeah,
Or
Could have been a lot
with the
worse.
helmet when contacting any part of the
late. See, I think that was late. He's
Been a lot
with the
worse.
helmet when
Yeah, this is a long time after the throw here. He can definitely bail out. He can definitely not hit the quarterback. I think it's a late.
contacting any
But he does kind of try, but still, I'm okay with this one. I'm okay
body.
with this one.
A lot of that's incidental.
That should be running
to
in the
hit the
kicker.
knee area or below on a
Yeah, that's, again, I'm okay with protecting the knees. You don't want people diving at quarterbacks' legs. We don't want the Tom Brady injury. Understand that.
passer.
Oh,
even if the initial
That's
contact
a
is
little high,
above
though.
the knee.
That's a little
Even if
high,
the
yeah.
initial contact is above the knee.
A passer who runs outside the pocket area loses the one-step and low-hit protections.
Kill him.
But if the passer stops behind the line and resumes a passing posture, he will be covered by all the special protections for passers.
That's not
Mariota kind of sold that one. I mean, I thought it was going to be way worse than it was live, but I think Mariota sold that.
Oh my God! They're putting that in the video. They're sending that to all the
They
teams.
thought this was going to help them?
No, this was.
They said that was roughing. Was that last one roughing the passer or not? That's very confusing.
All of those in that video were roughing the passer. That was sent to the teams. That's a classic video that is shown each week from the refs that say, hey, here's either the thing we're spotlighting or point of emphasis or a reminder. So that was sent to the teams right there to watch. And I assume what we just did during that video was the exact reaction of every team meeting room. Every single one of them.
30, all 32. Especially the last one. AJ, can you imagine, guys, you're running full speed and you know, hey, he's outside the pocket, he's on the run.
When they go outside of the pocket like that, I think it's very hard to justify the roughing the passer, because if the defender gives up on the pursuit, players like Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, who are real shifty around the sidelines, they can eke out a couple extra yards. You know, they can stick the ball out, get an extra yard. They can kind of tightrope the sideline. I mean, once they escape the pocket like that and become a runner, I don't see how you can in real time ask a defender to make those kind of judgment calls.
He has no protection. Low, high, it doesn't matter. You can't hit him in the head and neck. But then all of a sudden he's going to pull up and get in a passing posture, and now you can't hit him.
Yeah, stop.
Well, and like, look at these quarterbacks that are pump faking 9 yards down the field too. Does that count? Like, how does that work?
AJ,
Impossible.
they're screwing you guys on the defensive side of the ball.
They are.
I mean, getting to the quarterback is a big part of it. It's and I bet you Aaron was the first person on that video with a TJ Watt, definitely late hit, and TJ was going to get a hit on Aaron.
Yeah.
Hey, let's make sure he feels.
I don't know where.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the defender knows, like, I'm about to get it right here. The defender knows I'm hitting him late, but I'm going to hit him. You know, that certainly that happens, you know, where the defender knows exactly what he's about to do, and he's totally okay with doing it.
We're here to
let's end up near his feet a little bit. Let's do that. That's a part of strategy. I think we all said, okay, a little late there, especially nowadays. Back in the day.
2 steps.
Absolutely.
Hey, back
But
in the day.
what he did a good job, 2 steps, and then he fell off of him. He didn't fall on top of him. So he's definitely thinking, though.
Back in the day, that's standard right there, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, that.
It is crazy back in the day. I mean, you could blow people up. People were getting if you go back and look at some of the clips, the way they were getting hit, I mean, thank God we changed the rule. Otherwise, these players wouldn't play more than 5-6 years. I mean, they're just and you know, a lot of people it's a crazy conversation when a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, they're just not as tough as they were. It's like, no, they're not. The players back then weren't as fast. They weren't as strong. They weren't as athletic. There's a big difference getting hit by somebody in 1960 and getting hit by a 6'6", 280 linebacker who also runs a 4.4. You know, a 4.4 in 1960, they would have been the Olympic gold medalist in the 100-meter dash. So you have to protect the player as the physicality, you know, evolves. So totally understand why these rules are in place. Same with targeting. You know, I mean, players are moving so fast now. You get a couple guys with that much girth, I guess. You know, I mean, you look like DK Metcalf. The size, the speed, all that he's moving with. If you couple that with a safety who's just as big and just as fast, and it's a head-on collision, you know, people could die. So the rules need to be there.
That is standard.
Soft hits.
But you heard all of us say, yeah, that's probably one because it's a little late.
Yeah,
I think we have evolved as a judgmental group as we're watching those videos. There's like 3 in there that
at least
that they're spotlighting as definite passing, roughing the passers that we all said that's bullshit for common football. Why are they doing this, Ty? It's all to protect the quarterback.
Like the Baker one where he jumps
The Baker
off
one
his...
was bad. The Baker one was bad because the Patrick Mahomes one was bad. The Mariota one was bad.
feet. It's like, how is the guy not supposed to, like, what is he supposed to? He's going to land on top of him. Like, you're giving up your feet. Like, that's going to be that type of hit no matter what. Like, if a guy is off platform and does that, like, it's almost impossible for a guy not to, you know, quote unquote, have his body weight go on top of him.
Well, and look, he had his shoulder in the strike zone. Like, he was trying his absolute best. Go back to that previous.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a penalty.
Yeah, that
we all agree that is one. This one, though.
All right, so right here, like, he's hitting Baker. He's leaving his feet, trying to make a play. It's not late.
Like, in the strike zone.
Perfect, like I said, perfect form, perfect wrap-up. Everything's cool here. Baker is off his feet, and the defender's off his feet. At that point, how can you control where either one of them is going?
Going to hit, but he finished it because
Didn't drive him into the ground though.
But his body. So if you're not putting two arms down, just try to start to catch yourself, and it's just that look right there. They're going to throw.
And you're going to dislocate your
crazy.
elbow though. Put your arms down.
Yeah, there's no way you can be like AJ just said. You can't be a Ndamukong Suh or whoever, and you put both arms down as you're falling. I mean, that's how you break your arm, break a wrist, break an elbow. I mean, could you imagine if you're planting your arm, planting your arm, and a 250-pound quarterback is falling on top of you? I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. That, to me, that's way worse than the driving into the ground.
I'm with you. So it brings up the point of the conversation that's going to happen at the end of this year. Charles Woodson, you guys had him on, dog. I mean, he brought up the replay. They have to go back and allow these things to go back to replay because there's too many.
Now, see, I think that's a slippery slope. Okay, I've heard a lot of people say they want replay for penalties like pass interference. The problem with that is you're going to get a situation where you're going to have a review on pass interference or roughing the passer or whatever, and it's going to be ticky-tack, but it'll have to be called. That's where I've talked about this before. What we do not want in sports is we do not want things to be so perfect and called correctly all the time like that, because then you will have penalties all the time. There's so many plays where we see a pass interference not called, and it's like, there probably was a hand there, but it was a no call. It is what it is. Like, it's the flow of the game. If all of those can be reviewed, all of a sudden every single deep ball gets reviewed, and then you see, a hand goes across. It's what do you want the referees to do? And then you say, well, only let them challenge it twice. What if there's five? What if it happens 5 times? You're going to penalize the player because you only gave them, or penalize the team because you only gave them a couple of challenges? That doesn't make sense either. I don't know if they're like VAR is a review system they use in soccer where the referees can go to the booth and review, use some different softwares to review if the ball crossed the plane or offside, stuff like that. So I don't know if we need a VAR system where the referees can they call for it. Someone blows down, they can go review it at their discretion. It's a completely just the referee's decision. It's not a coach's challenge or anything like that. Maybe that's the system they go with, but I don't know if I want to see it, honestly. I don't know if I want to see 10 different pass interference and roughing the passer reviews every single week. Like, to me, I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, that's kind of a contentious point. Like, let me know in the comments below. Would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with that many reviews? Well, let's just say it's 5 extra reviews. A mix of pass interference and roughing the passer and targeting, whatever. Let's say you get 5 extra reviews a game. Is that worth it to you, or would you rather just kind of deal with the calls, no calls as is?
Times when you slow it down, and the guys can talk it over and say, "Look, this guy, this is
third
not
and 8, third and 8, third and 9.
No,
4th down.
They're game changers. They're keeping guys, from making playoffs, getting guys fined, getting coaches fired, families moving, packing up. I mean, the whole thing. So
you talk about the 4th down ones for sure, but like there's been numerous ones that I've been watching on Sundays. It's like first quarter, 3rd and 9, roughing the passer, first down. If that's a punt.
Well, that's the problem too with like roughing the passer and pass interference, is that they are drive changing. I mean, they're talking about a new set of down, 15 yards. And like Pat said, a lot of the time it is like 3rd and 9. It's like, man, this would have been a punt. Now all of a sudden they have a fresh set of downs and they're 15 yards down the field. That is a big time difference.
You start terribly. You're giving the other team, I mean, that's like that's a whole momentum for the entire game changer kind of happening when it's like they show the replay and I'm looking at one of those little squares, obviously on the 4 box, and I'm like, that looks like bullshit. And then you go right to X and it's like, he didn't land properly. It's like, he's 330 pounds. We want him to land properly. Was he a WWE wrestler? I don't think we fully understand this.
Well, and it didn't happen, but if the Cowboys won that game, Eagles fans and the entire, like, you
you look at that last drive, the only reason I got down there was because of some of the flags. And granted, Dak Prescott was touched after he threw the ball for sure, but that would have been a huge conversation if the Cowboys could have got it done.
It's wild. Hey, these refs are only making it worse. I do like that it's no longer Troy Vincent. Remember, he used to voice over all the points of emphasis videos that would come to every single team. Now they got Rich Eisen doing it. Rich is doing NFL icons, doing the Germany game.
Yeah, Rich is everywhere.
NFL game
Rich
day.
has become
all the
the
rules
face or the
spotlights.
voice of the
and
NFL.
his daily show. Keep going, Rich.
Yeah. Guys working.
Keep going, Rich.
Guys working.
Inspiring, pal.
Respect.
There's a lot of players, though, while you're talking over that video, said, "Oh, Rich, shut the fuck up."
Yep.
Not your fault, Rich. You're just reading what obviously the rules tell you, but Rich is a genius. I really appreciate the way he operates, but that's not a good message he's delivering to any team right there.
Was your what was your guys' take on the hit on Pittman last week?
Which one?
Over the middle.
Show.
Didn't they throw a flag on it? He dropped the ball.
They're showing it.
Over the middle.
I'll tell you in real time.
I don't think I remember.
I'm usually pretty good when it reviews or penalties. Whenever they show it, I'm usually pretty quick with, all right, this is a penalty. This is not. This is what's going to happen in this review. This is not. And usually I'm okay with the calls most of the time in the NFL.
Was it a hit or no? Was it a penalty or no?
He was coming over the middle, and it was a perfect shoulder to the midsection. No head and neck.
Oh, ball drop.
Ball drop.
Yeah, I do
incomplete,
remember that.
Flag down.
First down, we needed it.
But once you look
What'd they
at
say?
it,
Yeah, 3rd and 7. Here it is, second quarter.
Third
yeah.
and 7. All right, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they said illegal shot.
when you slow
Defenseless or what?
Yeah, see, I don't
when you
think
slow
so.
this down.
Well,
and
let me
there's
see. Let me
nothing
see what
else,
the
and
defender
It
does.
was perfect technique by the D-back.
See, okay. See, I'm looking right now. Looks like the defender left his feet, and if you leave your feet as a defender, throw the flag, no doubt. If you shoot yourself up like that into the defenseless receiver, gotta be. Hopefully they show closer of the defensive back, but it looked to me like he did leave his feet.
And it just looked in real time.
What should he do?
See, like right here, look at the defender up here. It looks like he is catapulting himself off the grass up into the receiver.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it looked like exactly what happened.
Nothing else. But that's to my point of where replay's got to get involved, and they've got to be able to say, okay, whether it's roughing passer, these unnecessary roughness calls, this extended this drive, right?
Oh, yeah, 3rd and 7, yeah. And it keeps
Yeah.
us moving. We're in field goal territory, but gives another opportunity. It's like, and this is second quarter, nobody's talking about that whenever they get upset about it.
No, absolutely not. You go to the TV copy, and it's perfect. The guy's got his shoulder, his head is out of the play. Totally
Doesn't
out of the
land on
play.
him.
He's in the midsection. He's in the strike zone.
But did he leave
And
his
Michael
feet?
Pittman goes up and gets it, by the way. I like that.
Did he propel
it's a
himself? It
perfect
looks like right
dislodging
there
of
he
the
did.
ball.
I mean, again, I'm looking at it from a 20,000-foot view, but it looks like he propelled himself up into the receiver.
First
And
down.
there's
Thank
nothing
you.
else. It's like, as a coach, you say, what do you want me to tell this guy, AJ?
That's what I'm wondering.
What do
leave
you
your
want me to
feet.
tell this guy next to do better? What can he do better? What can he do different?
Are you not
Let
allowed
him
to hit him?
catch
Does he have to catch it, take 3 steps, and then I can try to hit him? Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
What have they told you? Anybody?
I think in that situation, the answer would be the defender can't leave his feet, and that's pretty much it. You can still hit him, but you just can't catapult yourself up into the receiver in that situation. I believe that's what the answer would be from the NFL Rules Association.
Ever given you an answer?
Yeah, Chuck.
Say
No
that
one
again.
ever.
Say that again, AJ.
What if he does he have to like get a foot down before I'm allowed to hit him, or what? Like, what is?
No, you
if
can't.
you're-
You're not supposed to launch or whatever, but it's a
Yeah,
perfect
there you
hit.
go.
Oh, no.
Yeah, see, Pagano just answered. It's crazy. This is a former head coach. This former head coach is sitting here saying, "Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Oh, by the way, LOL, you're not supposed to launch." That's it. If he does not launch himself up, then there's not a flag, and that's as simple as it gets. You know, I understand that. I understand that you can watch that and say that should be a legal hit, but the rule is the rule there. At least on that one, like that one is easy. You know, they're answering like, what should you do to not get the penalty? That one is one of the easier ones.
Am I gonna? Do I need to absorb him? He's got his. He's going pretty fast.
Those are all
I'm gonna
the
have to
same.
catch this guy.
Those are all the same questions. Every single coach on every single staff is asking the officials. Is exactly what you're asking me. What am I supposed to tell this guy? What is he supposed to do? Because we all know that that's football.
Yeah, I mean that's the hard part. The hard part is that if the defender has to be careful, and it's fully on the defender's responsibility, because you're not going to penalize the receiver for launching, right? The receiver will launch up, jump up, try and catch the pass. So if you put it all on the defender and you put it on him to be gentle or be, hesitate, that's when people will get hurt. When defenders start hesitating and when they start second guessing and whatever, that's when you will see players get hurt. So it's certainly understand both sides. I definitely understand both sides. The video is awful. I mean, they couldn't. How do you not find like egregious roughing the passer? There's so many egregious roughing the passers, and you somehow put some in there that are not that big of a deal. It's kind of wild. Let me know in the comments below where you come down on this. What do you think about the roughing the passer situation? Should there be reviews on penalties? Do you think the game is getting too soft? So many questions. Provide me with the answers. I will see you in the next video.